Hello everyone, how are we doing? Good? I hope so. Today I bring to you the Mewgenics fandom. Now Mewgenics is a roguelike card builder game, am I correct? I might be a little bit wrong on the details, but that's not what we're looking at today in terms of like the game itself. Today I'm taking a look at the fandom, and let's just say it's weird. It's very weird. Now, I do have quite a bit of clips for TikTok, but I also gathered some, DeviantArt stuff up here at the top because, again, kind of like the Ultra Kill fandom, there are just two different sides to it. There may be fan art flashing on the screen, here, wherever. Hey, fan artist, thank you, bro. You niggas are genuinely talented, and I'm so happy that you chose to spend your time drawing me. I'm very appreciative of all of the art you do. And, yeah, if the art's done flashing, I guess we'll go into the video. Warning, this video contains a dark ship. If you get triggered by this sort of content, please do not interact. Seek help if you wrong your, but you know, I'll let it slide. Seek help if you're in a situation like this. National network number Butch X Tink. Now, this one did it actually differently from the ones we usually see. Usually they flash it up for like a couple seconds. I mean, the video's paused, so you know it's gonna stay here for as long as I keep the video paused. But a lot of them are just like, oh, this is dark ship. Do not interact and bye, and then they just go into the thingy. This one actually linked a number for if you feel this sort of I guess attraction that's portrayed in the video. Now, Butch X Tink, I did do a little bit of research on it, and they're brothers, I'm pretty sure. So we'll obviously look at the ship, and I'll give you my initial thoughts, even though there's not much thoughts to be had about, you know, brother X brother ships. But we'll move on. I mean, we'll move.
The future is female, can I get your email?
When a boy walks up to me and he says,
I'm up for education and sexual liberation.
when a boy walks up to me and he says,
I know your struggle.
So, I don't really need to continue with it, continue playing the video. It's just shipping two brothers together, and it's not something I agree with. I don't think it's something that a lot of people agree with. Not to mention the game, I don't actually know much about the game, so I guess I'll see if I can get some lore up. Not lore, but like in terms of what its IMDb is. Mewgenics does not have an official standardized age rating such as ESRB or PEGI. However, on Steam, the developers enforce a 18+/adults only age gate. Community consensus strongly suggests it is best suited for older teens and adults aged 17+. The game contains mature and highly irrelevant themes, highly irreverent. That's not a word I've ever seen before, to be honest. Or probably I have, and I'm just kind of blanking. Irreverent themes including dark humor and crude content. Features South Park-style toilet humor, graphic mutilation, and explicit breeding mechanics. Violence and gore. Contains blood, frequent cat deaths, cannibalistic options, and macabre imagery. Profanity, mild to moderate, coarse language throughout the story. So it's an 18+ game from everything I've read and what we've just read now together. It is, a very 18+ type of game. Even so, I don't like dark shipping or shipping brothers with brothers and sibling incest. I'm not too big of a fan of that. And especially on TikTok like this, now I can probably analyze the imagery, or not imagery, the wording. Hi, hello, might be a kid, but, obviously I can't say much on that because I don't know. Hi, hello, Mewgenics, ship edit, dark ship for you page. Shipping brothers together is awfully weird, and you shouldn't do it, at least in my opinion. At least on platforms like this. Again, getting children and just people in general, since, adults and older people are still prone to being desensitized to this sort of stuff. It's not only children. While children are more vulnerable, yes, that is true, adults can still be affected in the exact same way. Maybe to a lesser degree, but there is still a chance that they can get affected, so I don't believe it should be shown to even them, at least on a platform like TikTok. Since TikTok tries to be this all-rounder platform which is okay for young people and adults, I think there should be a genuine fine line between adult content and like kid-friendly content. And I think there should be things in place. Like, you scroll upon a video, or you have to go into your settings to turn on 18 plus, even though that's how it is on, DeviantArt, and I don't like it that way. There is still something there. While I personally don't agree with the method, there's still something there. You can't just create a new DeviantArt account and by default you see 18 plus stuff. That's just not how it works, at least from how I, made my account, like, a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I don't think this sort of stuff should be on here. It desensitizes people and children, if they scroll up on this, to the idea of ancestry ships, or incest in general. And that obviously isn't a good thing. Children shouldn't be desensitized to that idea. It's a weird idea, and it shouldn't be on TikTok, like, as a video. But of course, that's just my personal gripe with it. I love this. Tink X Butch. TW. Pro ship, sibling, ex-sibling. It is just Tink X Butch. I love them. Tags. I love them. Tags. Twee he. Pro ship. Sibling X sibling. Tink X Butch. Mewgenics R34. Mewgenics Butch. And Tink. I love them. Again, just very weird. Shouldn't be shipping, just... Last time I spoke from a platform standpoint, like why I think they shouldn't be, like, these sort of ships shouldn't be at least easily accessible on TikTok. I did not have to do no investigative, is that how you say? Investigative? I didn't have to do no deep dives into TikTok's barren wasteland. I have to dive deep into the colon of this beast called TikTok and find these videos. They were just right there at the top and easily accessible. That's one reason why I think they shouldn't be on these platforms. But I don't think that people themselves should be uploading this. Well, yeah, sure, you may have an incest kink, and I'd say you're weird for that, but if it's private, it's private. I don't know why people upload things that they're attracted to, especially in the case of, like, this and, like, adult child or just child attractions. I don't know why they upload them. I don't know what gets these people into these headspaces that tells them that they should go and upload something like this onto the internet. Again, I think there's a little bit of an issue there, and these people need help. Because it's just not normal. Everyone has an attraction or a kink to something, but not everyone seeks either validation for it or uploads stuff like this about it. Now, obviously, me, I don't have a fucking incest kink or an attraction to drawings of children or real children, so I wouldn't understand why people like this would seek validation on the internet, especially when it is so heavily hated to like stuff like this, or not even hated, it's so heavily frowned upon to like stuff like this, so I don't know where they get the idea that uploading something like this onto the internet, especially a place like TikTok, I don't know where they get the idea to think that's okay, or justifiable. Yeah. So bang, here we are. Now we only have 2 images, because, I don't want to just stay on DeviantArt for ages, but again, art like this on a platform like DeviantArt, it is fetish art. I'm pretty sure a lot of these say that they're literally fetish art. Cat, fan art, Clara, cat inflation, Mewgenics, blimp inflation. Oh, that's another thing. They're literally just cats. I forgot to say that. I don't know why you would look at the cats, see that they're related, or just look at the cats in general and go, wow, there is so much here to do, and then you make art like this of it. Again, that's me just saying I personally don't understand. If we're talking about it from an objective point, like how I feel objectively on this situation, I don't think art like this should be on platforms like DeviantArt as well. I literally searched Mewgenics, and this and the other image were literally on the top line. I don't know if that's because of what I usually search to, like, obviously find clips for the video and stuff like that. But, they just showed up on the top bar. So they were literally not even, like, at the bottom. And this one, oh wow, this one doesn't even say mature, which I believe it should. It's literally inflation of a cat. So I think that's not okay for younger people to see. Thanks to me watchers. Also, the cat is just a random OC I made. Okay, so it's not like a cat from the game. It's just an OC. So it's less weird now. I think it's less weird because if it was an OC, if it was not an OC, then they're using characters from the game for their own, you know, sexual clarification and whatnot. But they're using their own character, so I can respect that just a tiny bit more. Now, the only problem I have with this is, again, it's still on DeviantArt, which is a platform for children. You can upload your art on other places, on other spaces, on other websites, on other apps, and, you know, I wouldn't be able to see them. It's not necessarily that I have a problem with inflation and stuff like that, or, you know, VOR and whatnot. It's just the fact that they upload them on these platforms. I don't know what the general player base of Mewgenics is. Now, it does say it's an 18+ game, so I'm inclined to believe that the age... the people playing the game is older, but of course there is always not going to be a small number of people that aren't of the age to play the game, and then go onto platforms like DeviantArt, which are made for which say they're okay for people of their age, and then they see stuff like this. While the game is 18+, and I can respect that people are making, you know, obviously 18+ adult art of 18+ characters from an 18+ game series or franchise, I can respect that. It's just that they shouldn't be on these platforms specifically, in my opinion. So I don't think this guy's weird or disgusting or in any way. I think it was just kind of like, why did you upload this onto DeviantArt? Same with this person as well. You know, now this one is actually a cat, and I did grab the original. So as we can see, very big breasts, very, you know, very exaggerated proportions of the cat. The tongue, you got a little bit wet. You got a little bit of wetness on the tongue there. So obviously this is supposed to be sexually arousing. And this is the cat. Now, I don't know if they're supposed to be color or if they made them pink. What made me kind of, you know, seal the deal is their ears. As you can see, the ears here. You can see the ears here. They're awfully similar. Marshmallow from Mewgenics. Digital art. Fan art. Marshmallow. Video game fan art. Mewgenics. Big ass. Bigger breasts. Twitter artist. Now, see, if this was on Twitter, I wouldn't say anything, but I don't know why you uploaded such sexualized art of a, you know, a cat. It is a cat at the end of the day. You took this, you know, like, you know, stand on 4 legs, normal ass video game kitty cat, and turned it into this, a straight furry, would it be? Or would it be an anthro? I can't remember. I remember Yuda some time ago explained the difference, but I kind of just forgot. Again, it's kind of the same argument I had for this one. It's just simply the platform I have a problem with. You even labeled yourself as a Twitter artist. Yeah, not obviously, I'm pretty sure most of the people that use DeviantArt do not research about, like, what the age rating is for it. Now, I did. Obviously, that's just kind of who I am, and obviously I can't talk about a platform that shouldn't have this art if I didn't do research on the platform itself. I just think, again, this art shouldn't be on here. It's just kind of, it's weird. I did say the last one isn't weird, but it's just weird in terms of the platform that it's uploaded on. If it was uploaded on Rule 34, on Twitter, or other such sites, I would not then call it weird. I feel like it's on its appropriate app. Here, in this case, I don't feel like it's on its appropriate app. But that is just my little, what's it called? My opinion on the subject. If you do have a differing opinion, do drop it in the comment section below. I do want the Kage fandom to be a place of discussion. I don't want it to just be a random echo chamber where we all just go, yes, listen to Kage, you listen to Kage. If you agree with most of my points, yet there's one thing I said that you disagree with, let me know about it, but let me know. Let me know, you know what I mean? Maybe it'll change my perspective on how I look at this. But for now, I will say it's weird in terms of the platform it's uploaded on. This guy just said no comment. But that's all I have for you today in terms of Mewgenics. If you enjoyed, you enjoyed. If you didn't, you didn't. Anya say with me now. Anya, see you later. Anya say ho.